I'd have been first lady. Not you, Jackie O, you slag.
And then I guess maybe Avril Lavigne gets involved at some point.
Those are some fabulous, filthy women.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to use them as role models.
Straight people don't know how to aestheticize squalor even a bit.
Take your skirt, put it on your head, and just have a bit of joie de vivre.
I'm all for gays expressing themselves, but there has to be a limit.
It's going to be a full episode of me rearranging various headscarves.
If you're gay and you haven't watched it, I think you might be straight.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Classic.
He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died.
No more hangers!
You thought you'd become a prostitute or a drug addict?
I used to love doggy chow. I used to love doggy chow too.
They didn't know when they were dealing with me, they were dealing with a staunch character.
Staunch.
I'm Crystal.
I hate women in skirts, so I think this is the best costume for the day. You understand. You wear pants and a skirt over the pants, and you can always take off the skirt and wear it as a cape. So I think this is the best costume for the day. You understand. I'm Sue Gives a Fuck, and I really do.
And welcome to Camp Classics.
It's a thoughtful podcast about stupid movies.
This is the podcast where we look at the movies gay people love and try and figure out why.
What's wrong with us?
But he's gay. He's blind.
All in the search of the campest of Camp Classics. And Sue, you're here. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Delighted to be in your wellness studio.
So glad to have you back. Baby couldn't be here today.
No.
Let's just say that she's taken up residence with a family of raccoons in a squalid East Hampton mansion.
Of course, I'm mad about animals, but raccoons and cats become a little bit boring.
She's being seen to by the marble fawn.
But yeah, I'm so glad to have you back.
I'm delighted.
You've had some big news today.
I'm a free woman at large. Once more, I am not guilty. We had an ongoing protest situation for 2.5 years. And as of Friday, I am officially unconvicted. Clean record, clean as a whistle.
I mean, it's just the coolest thing that you've done. It's like, do you recognize how huge it is?
So much cool. Because until then, it was this podcast.
Locking on to a bank wearing a diaper and this podcast. Actually, not dissimilar, to be honest. We are in Canary Wharf in the home of banking.
And Baby always wears a podcast to host, doesn't she?
Yes. I actually have a friend.
Did I say she wears a podcast to host?
Yes.
I think I did.
I'm sorry, I can't hear anything over the sound of my leather babushka.
This is the best thing to wear for the day. You understand.
She wears a diaper to host, and your leather babushka is exquisite.
Thank you so much. I think I might have to take it off because I think I'm probably jingling a little bit too much into the mic. Hang on. I have another costume. Anyway, I think Edie would approve of this because this is one of my oldest drag purchases. It's a lovely, slutty little leopard dress, which
Are you
today...
wearing a skirt as a hat, as a cape?
I don't know what it is.
Because I don't like women in skirts.
Little Edie, I hope you're proud. So very, very happy to have this free woman on the podcast. She's a free agent.
Thank you.
I don't know if you've been keeping up with what we've been covering, but we've recently covered Grease 2.
I have not heard that yet.
Are you familiar with Grease 2?
Yes, but I haven't seen it.
You've never seen Grease 2?
Never seen Grease 2.
Okay, well, good. This is actually good because we had some successful videos where a lot of people got very angry about my opinions. And thankfully, Baby Lame is not here to defend Grease 2. And so I can just say once more on the record, Grease 2 sucks. And that's the final word on it.
That's my opinion!
I love that we're doing a podcast where that would be a controversial opinion. The opinion of every critic who has ever reviewed that film.
People love Grease 2.
Do they?
People have very strange, weird Stockholm Syndrome obsessions with Grease 2.
I'm all for gays expressing themselves, but there has to be a limit.
Right. Well, I'm not even sure this is gay people. I think it might be musical theater kids,
Oh,
which is,
gosh.
sometimes a subset of gay people, but often there's, it's a Venn diagram, isn't it?
The heterosexual musical theatre kid.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst categories.
No, I'm not here to kink shame you. If you love Grease too, you know what? You do you.
That's my opinion!
We've also discovered Sleepaway Camp. Have you ever seen that?
I've never seen
Okay,
Sleepaway
well,
Camp.
we don't need to get into that then.
Okay.
That's a much bigger kettle of fish. We do on this podcast have a Gatreon. It's where you can get a bonus episode every month and listen to the big, floppy, extended, uncut version of this episode.
Oh,
You can join as a free member and you'll still get that extended episode. And let me shout out our new Gatreon members. It's been a while since we recorded. We've got Caitlin. No, not Caitlin. Sorry, Caitlin.
You could.
I mentioned you last time, Caitlin. As Baby would say, scabby bitch. Michelle, Hillary, Mick, KKA, and Yaya.
Hillary Clinton is now a follower.
We're with her.
Welcome, Hillary.
And chauvinists and sexists and misogynists and chauvinists and sexists and misogynists.
Sexist, misogynists, and misogynists, and sexist, misogynists.
Welcome to this basket of deplorables.
Yeah, well, it's a very presidential episode, actually, now you think about it.
It is.
Yeah.
We are in close proximity to
Multiple presidents somehow.
Multiple.
Yeah.
and one that didn't make it. And of course, had he made it, had he not died in World War II, Little Edie, she would
Where
have
would
been
we be?
First Lady.
First lady.
I'd have been First Lady.
We've also got
Was
some...
that a bit Cockney?
Yeah, I think it's a...
I'd have been First Lady. Not you, Jackie O, you slag.
Now, you dirty rotten bitch! Get out of my pub right now!
Flawless.
Perfect. You know what? Just keep the regional accents coming.
Okay, thank
yeah,
you.
just do Little Edie
Span the
from
globe.
everywhere. Yeah. We've also got free members to shout out. They are getting the big long floppy extended episodes, and that is Bruno, Adam J, Leonardo, Theater Boy, Ruth Ann, C, and Vinny. Thank you to you too, even if you are the cheap version.
I mean, some of those are self-aware musical theatre kids.
Right, exactly. Do you think it was Grease 2 that got Theater Boy? It's Theater Boy with an I.
Theatre boy.
Boy.
Wow. That's
So
a bit of a
that's-
contradiction, isn't it?
But I think that means that is
What?
the part of the Venn diagram that crosses over gay and theater,
Yeah.
right?
Or-
Straight people don't use BOI, right?
I mean, I just sort of think of it as like, like maybe the Ras of maybe the 2010s. Is that a thing? Is that quite a specific reference? Boy. Do you know what? Do you know what it is? When I was at university, I think that the Ras, the posh people,
Yeah.
the posh boys had adopted something from, I guess, AAVE in US hip hop. And they were calling each other
Oh,
boy.
right. I see what you mean.
I think that's what was happening.
And then I guess
there.
maybe Avril Lavigne gets involved at some point too. Did she spell Skater Boy with an I?
Well, that's a very different matter. Okay.
But I think normally when I see BOI, I think trans mask.
Oh,
So, who's right, who's wrong?
that's so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that someone goes through all of the hassle of transitioning to be a BOI.
Yeah. It might also be something to do with like sub-dom stuff. I'm not.
Hmm?
What do I know?
There are communities within communities.
Yeah. And we love them all. We're glad you're here. Sorry, I need to fix this.
A few moments later.
I'd say it's looking good, if not the same as before.
Okay, perfect. I'm glad I fixed it. Sorry, this is just going to be a full episode of me rearranging various headscarves.
Let's do that. We'll do a good 2 minutes of chat and then a second costume.
Just a quick zhuzh. What are we doing?
Well, do you know we haven't said what a camp movie is?
Oh my God. Well, let's start with that.
Well, my
Sue.
understanding
Yes.
of a camp movie, if I may,
You may.
is that it unlocks queer joy.
Ding.
It has underground flop vibes.
Ding.
It has a ongoing legacy.
Ding.
Stupid fun.
Ding. 4 for 4. You did that so much better than Baby Lame.
Oh, thank you. She's not invited back.
That's incredible. A year and a half and Baby still can't do that. You just have all 4 ready.
We all have our different skill sets.
Yeah.
Mine is saying 4 things.
What, like it's hard?
We were just talking about how it's hard to remember 4 things.
Were you?
Yeah. Just,
4 specifically.
Yeah, I think 3 easy. Once you get to 4, it does become...
Well, do you know, I'm doing a memory app at the moment, so I'm exploring my mind palaces.
Okay. And have you found anything lurking in there? Family of raccoons. Cat shitting behind an old portrait of yourself.
28 rooms they had in Grey Gardens.
Crazy.
28.
Crazy.
I think that 2 were accessible.
Oh.
And when we haven't even said what film we're doing yet. All right, we're doing Grey Gardens.
We're doing Grey Gardens. These headscarves are on for a reason. Yes, we're doing Grey Gardens. We're not just doing Grey Gardens 1975. We're also doing Grey Gardens 2009.
Which is but one aspect of the spin-offs and the legacy of that film. You know, there has been Grey Gardens. There was The Beals of Grey Gardens, which was sort of just extra footage that the Maisels released.
Yeah.
There was That Summer,
yeah,
which was like footage found from when the Maisels first met them, from when they were going to make a film about the Bouviers in general.
Yep.
There was Grey Gardens, the musical, Tony Award winning. There was The Marble Fawn of Grey Gardens, about Jerry, the...
handyman?
Yeah.
Dog's body? Friend.
Yeah, live-in friend, handyman.
Yeah.
Slightly, potentially, awkwardly taken advantage of teenager.
Yeah. Turns out gay.
Yeah.
And then there's the 2009 dramatization. But it's like the legacy continues. I mean...
And there's Jinx Monsoon.
Exactly, Jinx Monsoon.
Quite the scandal, actually.
Probably that was like 2012 or something.
Yeah, and then she had her own cabaret show based on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Return to Grey Gardens.
Cola Scola was recently on the cover of maybe New York Magazine, dressed as Little Edie.
Was he?
Yeah. So it really has had like the breadth.
They?
What? Don't know. Actually. Who knows?
Oh, these days.
Yeah. What's your history with Grey Gardens?
Deep and meaningful.
It feels like it's a bit of you.
I was presented a very long list and I was very clear as to what was on the top of it. I found this film probably at uni, I would say, and connected with it on just such a joyful level, identified in a way that I really did not problematize in myself completely with Little Edie. Didn't see that as a negative in any way. I've come to have some more complex relationships with that. But I just thought it was just such a joy, just the unbridled weirdness of these women. Watched kind of most of the spin-off things since then, and then rewatched it, obviously, in anticipation of this. And loved it, but felt differently.
Okay, interesting.
About it. You know, I feel like maybe most people who watch it feel a bit of sadness.
Sure.
And I'm kind of surprised that I didn't feel any of that at first. I just felt the gay joy.
Oh, wow.
Pure gay joy.
Oh, wow.
And now I see some feelings.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would agree that this rewatch was the saddest I found it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an age thing.
I think it's an age thing. I think maybe when you get older, you want to have just like a nice life. You don't want to just have like a crazy, kooky, silly life.
Yeah, you don't just want to be like a struggling artist who has big dreams and, no means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. We can't aestheticize squalor anymore.
Yeah. We're getting a bit too old. To make this.
I want to sit down somewhere that's clean.
Yeah, without having to spread out some newspaper. Did you get your newspaper, by the way?
Oh, I've got my paper.
I don't remember the first time I saw it. I feel like my first introduction to this content was when I had my first job when I moved to London, which was at a gay pub in Angel called the King Eddie, I think. And they would have a drag act in on the Sunday. And this busted as hell drag queen came in and did the entire Grey Gardens musical on like, a wooden box in the corner.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, I have no idea what's going on.
While the punters are mingling about getting their 2-for-1 shots.
Exactly.
I love that. I have been that queen on such a deep level.
Yeah. It was
Oh.
It was great. And I as I say, I had no idea what was going on, but I was like totally sold by this performance. No idea what the Queen was called. I think maybe they would also play the movie sometimes in the pub, but you couldn't hear it. So I was kind of like being exposed to it. And it just felt like early on. It was one of those.
Just thinking, I love gay bars so much.
I know.
Instead of the Premier League, it's just silent Grey Gardens.
I'll take that over the Premier League any fucking day. And it feels like one of those movies that like once you're gay long enough, someone's like, you haven't seen Grey Gardens?
Yeah.
And so you watch it. But yeah, I don't really remember my first viewing.
I've now run out of gay people to say that to, so I'm having
Right.
to show it to straight people.
How does that go down?
They feel the sadness more profoundly than any gay does. Because
I see
straight
that.
people don't know how to aesthetize squalor even a bit, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all, I'm sure we'll get into it, but it's all very drag, isn't it? Just like, take your skirt, put it on your head, and
safety pins.
Yeah, and just have a bit of joie de vivre.
Mother wanted me to come out in a kimono, so we had quite a fight.
I don't know why I've never combined into a drag number. We all march together.
Have you seen the musical?
I haven't, have you?
No, but I think that is a number.
We need to do it.
And there's one about the revolutionary costume for today.
How does one see this musical? Has it been filmed anywhere?
I don't know, actually. Good question.
Viewers, if you know, let us know, because it is an emergency.
So, Grey Gardens, I mean, this is going to be an interesting one to talk about because there's not really any plot.
No.
So, I'm not really going to do any plot, but we'll talk about both the documentary and the adaptation. And I just kind of want to talk about these women a bit and see what comes out. But yeah, it's a 1975 American documentary film by the Maisel brothers. And yeah, what would you say Grey Gardens is about if you had to kind of summarize it?
I would say that it is about two women living in the dying embers of aristocracy in the US. They are the first cousin and the aunt of Jackie Kennedy that was. And they are from the distinguished Bouvier-Beale family. And they have lived in this lovely, lovely East Hamptons home with 28 rooms for, all of Little Edie's life. And she's now 55. And so probably 60 odd years they've lived there. And it has just fallen into squalor. And by the time the Maisels discover them, they have been living there alone, kind of no one goes in. I say alone, obviously, with a whole host of raccoons.
Yes.
Who they feed sliced white bread
yeah.
to. And just covered in shit and filth and ice cream. And it is just 90 minutes of them bickering at each other about how much they resent that this is their life, but also celebrating and performing the sort of joy of this life. Because it's a bit like they kind of refused between them to adhere to any kind of norms. It's like, I'm not going to get a job. I sort of want to be a star, but I'm not really going to pursue that. I'm not going to marry. If I am going to marry, I'm going to run away. And like, it's kind of a story of fortitude of these women to live an aesthetic as it crumbles around them.
Yeah, it's like they got locked in time probably 30 years before this documentary got shot, and nothing for them has changed internally while externally things have crumbled around them, and the money has run out. They can't afford anything, but they've maintained this attitude that everything will just work out, which is, I guess, how you allow piles of rubbish to accumulate, because you're like, well, eventually that's going to sort itself out.
I don't know what they're taking, but they have no anxiety.
No.
They just live.
I think Little Edie must have some, because she does have alopecia totalis caused by specifically anxiety.
Yes, we are frequently told that is brought on by stress.
Yeah. And this documentary takes place a couple years after these women got into the press because they were going to be evicted because of the conditions they were living in. And yeah, their uptight East Hamptons neighbors said, we can't have this.
Yeah.
So they got into the press, and then I guess that brought them back to the attention of Jackie O, who thought, well, this looks quite bad. So she sent them some money and sent a team to kind of clean out the house. So we're actually seeing, when we see this documentary, this is post refurb.
I don't know to what extent this refurb took place.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that was, I think, 72, the refurb.
So 2 or 3 years earlier.
So in 2 years, they've done this.
Yeah.
Those are some fabulous, filthy women.
Yeah.
That is dirty behavior. Jackie must have been pissed.
Oh, you would be.
She spent 25 grand, which I don't know what that is in today's money, like 250 on doing it up, and then it looked like that.
Yeah. But like you can see that some of it has, like some of the paint looks fresh still. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
but then there's a hole in the wall that a raccoon is chewed through. You'd think if you were going to do that, you would be like, let's make sure the raccoons are definitely out of the house.
Well, they seem to want them in.
Yeah.
They're
very
what
cute.
What does Little Edie say? She says, I'm mad about animals, but of course, raccoons become awfully dull or something boring. So they're friends with them.
Yeah.
She wants more friends.
Oh, gosh. And yeah, I guess, as you said, the movie spends most of the time just watching this mother and daughter pair kind of bicker about the past, about who's to blame for their current situation.
In often simultaneous monologues throughout.
Yeah. It's kind of incredible. It's
like one of those experimental plays where you've got two things going on at the same time.
Right,
and
you just dial into one or the other.
And the scripts just sort of interrelate perfectly such that you can't really tell what anyone's saying, but then themes emerge from them, themes of being from a good family.
Yeah. Missed opportunities.
Max Gordon.
Yeah, the star on the rise.
Yeah.
Beautiful singing voice.
Oh,
a bit of soft
voices.
shoe.
Oh, I can sing like mad.
Yeah, and obviously Little Edie kind of emerges from this movie as an icon.
As a star.
Yeah, as a complete star, because she is so singular.
And she saw it and thought she agreed.
Yeah.
She agreed with the gays. Yes, I emerged from this as an icon because I'm an icon. And I am going to run with that. And I suppose we'll come on to the morality of the film because I think this genre of film, fly on the wall documentary, is often criticized. And when it came, well, I'll just go for it. When it came out, the New York Times was scathing about it. They said, and I quote, direct cinema, with all its pretensions to art and high seriousness, has here been reduced to a form of tabloid journalism, not to say circus sideshow. And it ends their review with, the sadness one feels for mother and daughter turns to disgust at the brothers.
Yeah, it's quite savage. Yeah, also from that review, the film presents them as a pair of grotesques. There was a question kind of immediately of whether or not these women were being exploited, taken advantage of, if this was all a bit gawky, ogling.
And there's not a simple answer to that.
No, there isn't. There isn't. But it's that narrative has been pretty soundly rejected in the intervening 50 years. I think partly because both women were really proud of this movie.
They fucking loved it. Like Little Edie said to the Times, since the film's been made, I feel so much better inside. I feel like we accomplished something.
Incredible.
So how can you be like, she was exploited? In fact, when people are saying she's being exploited, well, I think they're just revealing themselves. It's like you're laughing at and not with. And like, why can't you just see that this is how she's presenting herself because it's who she is. And she's really proud that she presented herself in that way. And she got paid for it and had a good time.
Absolutely. I think that's exactly my thinking about it too. If you find this to be a disturbing, grotesque display, then, well, that's on you.
You're being a bit prudish there, aren't you?
Yeah. And why is it? I mean, there are things about this documentary that are grotesque, and I'd say the trash is most of the reason. But and so I don't want to like glamorize, living in filth, but there's so much heart.
Yeah. And also, like, I don't know, if they find their life to be kind of glam, like, sort of crumbling, decaying glamour is kind of the best genre of glam. I remember I used to live in...
We're a bit beyond crumbling glamour at this point.
Okay. Crumbling, shit encrusted.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I used to live in this crumbling old Victorian coach house.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so happy. I had like a big hole in the floor. And my bedroom was used as the cover story of a BBC article about how millennials accept unsafe living conditions. And I was so happy. I just thought myself so camp and fabulous.
Yeah.
And I thought that at age 22, and I wouldn't feel that at 37. And it's amazing to see a woman who has just not aged in that way, that we all sort of become a bit more conservative in what we want. She's like, no, she just wants to run around and be glam. She doesn't want to do any sweeping.
Yeah, you're so right.
And good for her.
I think the other thing that often gets like leveled at this is people like to armchair diagnose them as being mentally ill in some regard. And who's to say? But what I do know is that if they weren't living in a house full of shit and they actually were still wealthy and they had staff and et cetera, no one would think for a second that they had any mental health issues.
They'd be barely eccentric.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that is a big thing to like have to snip out in order to get there. But
you're right. And there's a lot of criticism of mental health diagnoses being based around your ability to work.
Right.
Essentially.
Yes.
It's like, how does this impair your productivity? If not, you're well. If it does, then you're ill.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? These were unproductive women, and they were proud of it.
So true. So true. What's interesting is like, despite those kind of early criticisms, I guess, it has gone on to be, so well received. It's in the Library of Congress for preservation. Sight and Sound magazine did a poll of film critics, and Grey Gardens was voted the 10th best documentary film of all time. And a public vote done by PBS named it the greatest documentary film of all time in 2012. So like it's very well regarded.
And I think even at the time, it was perhaps not groundbreaking, but it was part of quite a novel. So direct cinema is kind of a genre of documentary that we're now really familiar with it, which is just a fly on the wall documentary where you're just letting things happen spontaneously and you're not having talking heads, you're not having sort of voice of God narration, you're not having anything recorded in the studio, you're using small cameras, working in a sort of agile way.
No shady rattlesnake noises to punctuate.
Get it together, Rue. And that was, I suppose, fairly novel at the time. And I guess the Maisel brothers, they're kind of, one of their distinctive things is doing that, but also kind of not hiding themselves. So, you need to form a relationship with your subject as a documentary maker in order to like get anything real from them. Otherwise, they're just going to be sort of like, I don't know, presenting to you saying, where do I stand or whatever. And so they don't hide it. And so all the way through, you've got Big Edie and Little Edie talking to them.
Offering them crackers.
With pate that may or may not be cat food.
Hard to say.
Little Edie saying, all I needed was this man, David. and she's performing for them in a slightly sort of precocious little girl way. Because there's these men in the house, and that's kind of what she's always wanted.
Yeah, an audience.
Yeah, and specifically of men.
Yeah. Let's talk about Little Edie a bit more then. Like, why do you think she resonates so much?
I mean, so many reasons. I mean, gays love that sort of hinterland between fabulous and tragic. That's where gays exist. They love a Judy Garland. They love a Britney Spears. They love a Little Edie. She was larger than life, fabulous, always performing fashion, performing music very badly, with such joie de vivre, but also, was really, really frustrated, had lost all of her hair through stress, had not had the life that she wanted to live, and was, surrounded by the sort of visual manifestation of her faded dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And through that, she shone.
She reminds me a bit of like a modern reality TV star.
Yeah.
Who, almost like oh God, what's her name? The Queen of Clean.
Oh God. Kim Woodburn.
Yeah, like just that self-possession and like every line that comes out is just solid gold. And there's no filter, and there's never any question of like, oh, should I say that? Should I not? It's just, it's like you're witnessing pure id almost.
Yeah, she has never heard of self-awareness.
No, and it's incredible to watch, especially when you combine it with like, yeah, she's really funny and really smart. And so she comes out with some of the most amazing lines you've ever heard while wearing, the 5 skirts wrapped around her body. It's really, really, really remarkable. With that accent.
Oh, with the accent that is, I presume, now pretty much gone from the world.
Yeah.
Which is such a joy to hear. I believe they call it Locust Valley Lockjaw.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Interesting.
When I was looking it up, I saw a little YouTube tutorial on how to do it. I didn't master it.
Yeah.
But I've had to go.
But it's like, kind of Long Island / Mid-Atlantic / American posh / really cool. I mean, just lines like, it's very difficult to keep the line between the past and the present.
It's very difficult to keep the line between the past and the present.
Awfully difficult.
What a fucking profound, gorgeous, beautiful line.
Yeah, but just said in a throw-off way. I think she's sort of talking about how to manage furniture.
Right, yeah.
But she's just so... She's talking about the house, and she's so in that house, and the house just looks like, they're in a life, their psyche. Just the chaos of it all. It's just glorious. It's an experiment in living, as John Stuart Mill would call it. And it's just, I think it's interesting to see people who have just chosen a path and they have gone with it and they've pursued it. They've not even pursued it. They've just lived it as if there were no other options and society be damned and there's no expectations. That's just them.
Yeah, I think that's the other reason that it's so appealing from like a gay cinema kind of perspective, is that you're watching these two people who've been like, fuck society.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm going to live in the society in my head.
Yeah.
And that's more important to me. And I'm much more interested in like my life than the conventions that are expected of me.
And I think the joy of it is that the filmmakers just step back, and these two women, they're sort of directing it. They're telling them where to film. They're doing performances. They're saying what they want to say. And so it is just them and it's their story. And so you can kind of take from it however you react to them. You might see it as a cautionary tale about what happens if you don't pursue your dreams early. You might see it as like a sort of an embodiment of what's possible in life. Or you might just find it dead funny.
Yeah.
And it's all of those things.
Yeah, well, tell me, because you said like when you first watched it, you did just find it funny and aspirational, I think you said, and now there was a bit of sadness to it. So tell me more about that.
Yeah, what was that about? Oh God, maybe as you get older, you feel options close off.
Yes.
Wrinkled, wrinkled little star.
And so maybe when I was watching it at 22, I was thinking, oh, how fabulous that she's living for these things that are impossible, with no feeling of what that could be like. And now I'm like, however much joy she finds and creates, and both of them do, there is a profound sadness that life did not turn out. She was not Jackie O.
Yeah.
And she was older than Jackie O, and she was the beauty. And Jackie O looked up to her and she thought it would be her in some capacity.
Yeah.
or she thought that she was going to be, on screen as a sort of comedian. You could see her as a sort of, Barbra Streisand without the voice.
Yeah.
And it didn't turn out that way. And it's hard to pinpoint exactly why and who's to blame for that. But I suppose I feel that now a little bit, that I'm like, yeah, I can see your darkness and I can feel a little bit. And maybe when I'm 55 and I watch it again, it's going to feel fucking horrific.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Especially if you're living surrounded by cats at that point. But yeah, I know what you mean though, because as much as Little Edie, like, she performs so much for the camera and she's complaining, but she's also living large and she's, kind of self-aggrandizing. You're like, well, what was it like for the 20 years before the cameras got here? And was that a happy period for you? Because you seem happy now with the cameras on and someone to perform for, but like, has it been really dark? I don't know. Hard to know.
Talk about the winters.
Yeah, she can't do another winter there. So,
and they do eat ice cream with a plastic knife. That's never a positive sign. Which again, at 22,
who amongst us hasn't?
But yeah, I did it at 22.
Right.
And at that time, just no qualms, no thoughts whatsoever.
Yeah.
At 37, I would really have a good look in a mirror if I found myself eating ice cream with a plastic knife.
Yeah, I guess it's like realizing you're eating over the sink, without a plate because you can't be. I guess it's kind of similar to that,
which is only fine with watermelon.
I was thinking also about what you talking about, like when you watch it as a kid. It reminded me of like watching Ab Fab in my early 20s and being like, I want their life.
Yeah,
they're so fabulous, and then you watch it now and you're like, oh, I wasn't supposed to use them as role models.
No, they're the butt of the joke.
They're cautionary tales.
Yeah, they're supposed to be failures.
Yeah.
What is wrong? Because that's not just being young, is it?
No.
That's being gay.
That's being gay.
What's going on there?
And like I had this moment because like I just watched my friend fall down my stairs as we were drinking Prosecco, sat on the floor of my living room. I was like,
I've made it.
Yeah. No. It came to me. Like it's here.
Yeah.
I became them.
And how was that? Was that
great? Actually, great. Actually, because they're another example of people who are just quite happy, living their what other people would call tragic lives.
Yeah.
It's different because they're characters and it's a comedy, but there's something in that. I don't know.
Whereas these are characters.
Staunch
character. Because the relatives didn't know that in dealing with me, they were dealing with a staunch character. I adore how she whispers to the camera. It's become a confidant. Who are you whispering from? Who are you trying to conceal this information from? No one has visited your house in 30 years.
Yeah, it's so true. It's the way she so quickly like understands the camera and like is into it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do think there could have been a real comedian stage career for that woman.
And there was a very brief one after this.
Yeah.
So she had a little cabaret review of her own in a couple of gay bars. And then a family member who she never said who that family member was talked her out of continuing it. And so her mother talked her out of pursuing her dreams when she was in her 20s and 30s in New York and got her to come home with seemingly quite a lot of Munchausen's by proxy sort of going on. Like, you're too ill, Edie. You need to come home. You're fragile. So she gave up then, and then she gave it up in her, presumably, I guess by that time, 60s. So maybe she's actually not a very staunch character.
Well, this is kind of the central question, I guess, at the heart of the documentary, isn't it? Which maybe gets a bit more answered in the dramatization, but it's very much like, whose version do you believe? Is Edie there because she had no choice and she had to take care of her mother, who was manipulative and kind of has kept her there against her will? Or, is that Edie passing the buck for her own anxieties and fear of failure / fear of success? And like, why doesn't she leave then? Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And the 2009 dramatization, which was an HBO made-for-TV movie, answers that question.
Yes.
In a really decided way. And I actually feel a little bit unfair because just because Little Edie is such an icon, I feel like we've focused on her perspective as well. But that is not by any means the only side of this tale. Like, Little Edie said herself, whether this is true or not, that when she went, when her father found out that she had this audition with Max Gordon, he put his fist through the window of Burt Bacharach. Now, whether that's true or not, it indicates that her father was perhaps a bigger force preventing her from having a stage career than her mum was.
Interesting.
So maybe her mum was not to blame.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Should we talk about that 2009 version a little bit?
Let's do it.
Had you seen it before?
I had not. I'd seen clips, but I'd never watched it. Had you?
No. Yeah. So last night was the first time I'd seen it. I loved it.
Drew Barrymore, who knew she had that in her?
A revelation.
It was never before and never since has Drew attempted or mastered such a grand performance.
It's incredible.
Like, it's not only an amazing impression, but it's also just such a multi-level performance and over a span of 40 years.
Yeah. So the dramatization kind of takes the documentary subject and then expands it across time. So you see them in the 30s. You see like how the ruin has kind of come to them, and you also follow them a little bit after the documentary. So it really like fills in all of the gaps and answers all the questions that the documentary leaves deliberately open. So you see Drew, as like a young girl. You see her as someone who's struggling to kind of make it in the world, and then you see her in the prosthetics and doing the full documentary reenactment scenes
and good prosthetics.
It's
and a great bald cap. When the hair's coming out, I'm like, I cannot see a join here.
True And then is it Jessica Lange or Jessica Lange?
Jessica Lange.
And then
I've always said Lange.
Okay, and then you've got Jessica Lange as Big
Jessica,
Edie.
if you're watching, let us know. She'll be watching.
And you can just really imagine Ryan Murphy watching this and being like, I'm going to need to put that woman in 15 more series of where she does glam and grotesque.
Yes, that woman can hate.
Yeah. Oh, she's so great also. Drew Barrymore won a Golden Globe.
Yeah, quite rightly.
Yeah.
And an Emmy?
And an Emmy.
Yeah.
And Jessica Lange was also nominated in both of those categories. I think it won 15 Primetime Emmys, and it's got something like 95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I expected it to be shit.
Me too. I saw, this is really cruel, but like I saw Drew Barrymore. I was like, there's no way this is going to be good.
Of course, Drew Barrymore, made for TV movie of a camp documentary. This is going to be some filler material, which I'm on board with watching.
Sure.
You know, that is the bedrock of this podcast.
Absolutely.
But actually, I would say, obviously we're going to be rating things in terms of campness and whatnot. It was then a bit too good for that, in that, it took something that was chaotic and camp and grotesque, just because that is kind of who these women are.
Yeah.
And gave it quite a seamless structure to it. Spelt out the character arcs and made some clear decisions about who was to blame for what or not, and made it quite a conventional, quite a successful film.
I feel exactly the same, because I was fully expecting to be like, oh, this is going to be camp in a so bad it's good, but it was just very well done. If anything, it sands off all the camp edges of the documentary, because it's just a successful.
This is going to score low on the campometer, because probably the least camp thing you can do in life is take something camp and make it not so.
Yeah. But that said, like, I really, really liked watching it. And I was like, oh, I'm getting the emotional beats from this.
This is it. And to anyone who hasn't seen either of these things, obviously, I would say watch Grey Gardens, the documentary, because it's iconic and landmark and amazing and one of the best documentaries of all time, and you will see the truth of these women. But also, if you're not in the mood for just 90 minutes of squabble, filmed in the 1970s, no production values, direct cinema, and you would like maybe a way into it that is structured and will give you just a good time, go with the 2009.
I know, isn't that crazy? I had the same thought, but like imagine recommending the dramatization over the original, but like in a way, depending on the mood you're in, I think it is a better way in.
Well, I watched both of these with my partner, who in sensibilities and majority proclivities is heterosexual.
Mm-hmm.
And he enjoyed the dramatization and not really the documentary. He was bored by the documentary.
I can totally imagine that.
So straight people watching 2009.
Drew Barrymore also, like, wow, she looks so good in all of the 30s shots. She's got incredible hair. I mean, she's beautiful. And so I watched the dramatization before I had done a lot of research about any of it. I was like, oh, they've really Hollywooded this story up. And they've like emphasized the glamour that she had in the 30s, that she nearly got it, and the success she nearly had. They've given it a Hollywood ending, and I was like, oh, that's a bit cheesy, and they've kind of simplified things a little bit too much, and they made it a bit too palatable. But then you research it, and actually, they've been incredibly faithful to the true life events, and
she was that beautiful.
She was stunning.
When you look at the portraits of her, she absolutely has Hollywood film star potential about her.
And so you see, there's this scene in the dramatization where she like goes up to Max Gordon at lunch, and she kind of embarrasses herself, but is incredibly charming. And he is like, wow, you've got great comedic potential. I could really see this for you. And you watch that and you're like, oh, I mean, that's bullshit. But like, it sounds like actually a lot of that was the truth.
See, I wonder, and I've thought about that, whether, because that's who she is when she's 55, just like way too much and fabulous, and would make that big of an impression at like what is not even an audition, but becomes one. Was she more timid? Just because I'm thinking she didn't stick at it and she did come home and things didn't really happen. Was she more timid and she's become this out of a frustration? This, this remake of it clearly decides, no, this is just who she was. And she always had it within her, but it was kind of stolen from her.
Yes.
I suspect that's a little unfair.
Yeah.
And I do think the ending, I was disappointed with the ending. They went with just a happy ending.
Yes.
I thought that they would go real sad with the ending and have one of those, oh, she turns into her mother type endings.
Okay.
Because she did die alone in an apartment and no one knew she was dead for 5 days.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, and so the film, the movie adaptation ends with the documentary gets released. Little Edie sees it and she loves it, and she goes to the premiere and she gets a standing ovation, and then she starts her cabaret show, and we end seeing her do her cabaret show fairly badly but fabulously.
Yeah.
And Drew absolutely nails the way she sings, "We're in a love." And it ends with that. And I don't think the ending of her life was just a celebration of finally she's made it.
Yeah, but I guess it does seem pretty clear that the movie isn't saying like she became a star or she became a really good, it's kind of showing her doing everything she was doing before in the house. It's just that, now some people really love her. And that's kind of seems like all she ever really wanted in a way. Like she just wanted a little slice. She wanted to feel what it felt like to be on stage. I mean, I kind of hope, based on the attitude we saw in the documentary, that like she was able to maintain some of that as she moved around the world a little bit more and, lived in Montreal, lived in New York, lived in Florida, and was, kind of able to cling to her delusions.
Yeah, you're right.
In a joyous way. That's what I hope. Who knows?
Well, I guess her perspective on scale was so different to the
Yes.
rest of us because she saw no one. So the attention of these two brothers who she'd never heard of was just a massive bit of fame for her.
Yeah.
So maybe in a dingy gay bar in a basement, we've all come off being like, oh yeah, I'm Mariah Carey because you've slightly impressed 6 drunk gays. So maybe she felt that. But then the other side of the perspective that she had on life was the most famous woman in the world is her cousin. And, the assassinated president, who's probably the most famous president of them all.
Yeah.
So I think in her head, a bit of attention maybe puts her on that kind of level.
Yeah.
She's thinking in this dingy gay bar, maybe she was thinking, finally, I'm the Jackie.
I'm the Mary and you're the Rhoda.
One thing that I wanted to say is thank God that these women were discovered in the 70s and not today, because in the 70s, they were able to tell their own story and become the icons that they were. Today, they would have been just 2 of the Real Housewives of East Hampton.
That's true.
And that would have been a far more scripted and inferior production.
Yeah, it's so true.
But they'd have been reality TV stars.
Yeah,
today,
it's Tiger King.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, Tiger King, absolute best case scenario, because that still preserves the kind of the darkness, the drama, the chaos. I fear that they could be kind of a bit more Kardashian, a bit more Kris Jenner-y, or even there'd be a couple of YouTubers.
Yeah.
Little Edie, if she'd worked out how to do the internet, she'd get herself on YouTube.
Yeah, her TikToks.
Oh my God, they would go. She'd be one of these iconic TikTok characters, wouldn't she?
Yeah. But I don't know. It's on one hand, it's like, well, yeah, maybe the world wasn't ready for them and actually we would have benefited. But on the other, you could imagine that's maybe where the exploitation would have happened. If they were trying to participate in this attention economy.
And maybe this is why we have such a different perspective. And you said that the kind of concerns that they had at the time of is this exploitative? Now that's just been roundly dismissed because, we're so used to this we're all exploited.
I had that thought too.
Please exploit me.
Yeah.
As long as it can be on camera and then I can get lots of comments.
It's crazy.
You don't even have to pay me. They were paid.
Yeah.
They got $5,000 and 20% of any profits, but there were no profits.
There were no profits.
But I mean, there's a whole moral question around paying people in documentaries, but $5,000 to them. So they say in it that they've been on an allowance of, I don't know whether it was $200 or $300 a month.
Something like that, yeah.
So $5,000 will keep them going for a year or 2.
Yeah. And actually, that's kind of what they needed because Big Edie dies within 2 years of this movie coming out.
Lois Wright, who was their neighbor and who does appear in the film when it's Big Edie's birthday.
Okay, yeah.
She wrote a biography about sort of her life living with them and all of that. And she did say that in Big Edie's final year, one day when they must have been having an awful row, Little Edie did give her a bit of pate and it was cat food.
Okay. Brings out the magnifying glass.
She's always begging for the pate, but the label is faded. I can never tell if it's pate or if it's giblets for the cats.
Icons all round.
Yeah. I guess one more thing. There's something uncanny about the documentary because you do feel sort of like you're watching a John Waters movie.
You do.
And
he couldn't have invented bigger characters.
Right. And yet you see kind of a Divine or an Edith Massey, the Egg Lady, that is there. But this movie came out after Pink Flamingos. It's very strange. And then you also see whatever happened to Baby Jane in it all.
Oh, of course.
And it's just so strange to see these 2 women living their real lives, but behaving almost bigger than these fictional characters that we've seen.
And they've not learned any cautionary tales because these films were available to them. Presumably they hadn't seen them.
It's crazy.
Because you're right. I mean, they say, life imitates art. And they were bigger than the art.
Yeah. And, God, it's so crazy. And then the other gay thing, I guess, with Little Edie is that, she spends the whole movie talking about how she needs to get out of this town. And that is just like the gay story, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like there must be more than this provincial life. She's got bigger dreams than this small town can handle. And God, you just wrap it all up. She's a delight. Yeah.
She is a delight. And a true queer icon.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything about her. I mean, violently heterosexual. Absolutely heterosexual, but queer as anything.
Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah.
Well said. Well, should we rate these movies?
Let's rate these movies.
Okay, so we need to give them 1 to 10 Merrills for the quality and 1 to 10 Lizas for the camp factor. This is going to be tough. Should we start with the 2009 one? Because I feel like the stakes feel a little lower.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, Merrills for Grey Gardens 2009.
So it's going to be high.
Yeah.
It's very conventional. It hits all the kind of biopic beats that you expect. So it's not a groundbreaking triumph. So we're not going to go for 10 Merrills, but stunning performances, really well executed script with a great structure. I think I'm going to go with an 8 Merrill.
Yeah. I think I might. It's hard to separate it from the source material. And I think part of the joy I had from it was like seeing the source material expanded upon.
And I love that they just keep all the original lines.
Yeah, exactly. But, and it might be a case of recency bias because I only watched it for the first time last night, but I don't care. I'm going to give it a 9. Giving it a 9.
I think well deserved.
Yeah, it's great. Also, Jean Triplehorn's there.
Jean Triplehorn giving a stunning performance as Jackie O.
Yeah, she's just great.
And I feel like we have to give it 9 because it just sounds like such shit.
Yes.
That the viewers are not going to watch it unless we really hype it up.
Yeah.
It is honestly well worth your time.
Yeah. Liza's for that one?
It's not going to get many.
No.
Look, Drew Barrymore's stunning performance is camp and does deserve a couple, but
it's too good to be, it's
too good, and it actually removes camp from camp material. So I think I would go 3 or 4.
I'm going to give it 2.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But to its credit, almost.
And since you're going to need an actual answer from me, I guess I'll round down.
Okay.
I'll say 3.
3. Gorgeous. Okay, Grey Gardens 1975, Merrills and Lizas.
Look, I know that you track scores, so I just have to warn you right now that if you do not want this to be the most high-scoring film in camp classics history, you're going to have to go low. Because I'm just simply not in a position to deduct any points.
It's 10s across the board.
It is 10 Merrills. It is 10 Lizas.
Oh, can I get there? I think it's got to be 10 Lizas. It's a blueprint movie. It's a blueprint character. The ongoing legacy, buckets, the queer joy, buckets, underdog flop. Like, imagine being more of an underdog than these women. While also being aristocracy. And
then it made no money as well.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Yeah. Stupid fun. I don't know. Maybe there's an argument that like it's how stupid can something be when it's a documentary?
It's true. It is like somehow it manages to be a bit highbrow.
Yeah.
Like it is quite boring.
Yeah,
I was gripped and delighted and awed and in love, but it's slow.
It's strange, isn't it? I did also find myself a little bit bored at times, mostly because you're like, I can't understand what you're saying because you're both shouting over each other. But I kind of agree with you that like just beyond the criteria, it's an important piece of camp legacy. And yeah, it's got to be a 10. Merrills, I don't know. Ooh. Maybe I'm going to deduct my boredom from the Merrills. I think it's more of like an 8 Merrill for me.
I do get that.
Yeah.
And I am now questioning, should I go down to a 9 because of the feeling of boredom? But I do think that sometimes we have to test our attention span a little bit in this attention span stripping economy.
Yeah.
I think I'm glad that it very slightly bored me. 10.
Great. We did it.
Where does that sit it in the pantheon
Yeah,
of camp classics.
near the top. I think rightly so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have there been 10s across the board for others?
I think so. I think Carrie's got that. I think Death Becomes Her
And
would
Carrie-
have, except you...
Carrie, quite boring as well. Like
Carrie-
slow.
Yeah, Carrie has some really weird moments, like fashion montages that...
Are quite long.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. We're not afraid of boredom, so 10 it is. I guess the thing is, I'm just saying it's boring. Maybe what I mean by boring is just made before 1990.
Yeah.
And therefore not edited with like one scene every 10 seconds.
And it doesn't spoon feed you anything, and it doesn't give you like a music cue to let you know how to feel. You have to fill it all in for yourself. It's kind of like you have to work for the documentary.
Oh yeah, I mean early on it introduces this with the clips of when the house was raided and it
Yes.
came to press attention. We see the clippings and it's played over silence.
Silence.
I remember sitting through that thinking you just couldn't these days.
It's wild. Well, there you go. That's Grey Gardens. Both of them.
Watch it. Watch both, but watch 1975, obviously. If you're gay and you haven't watched it, I think you might be straight. Try yourself on some straight porn and just see.
And then put on a skirt as a head wrap and see how that feels. And then you'll have your answer.
Because it's one or the other.
That's the Kinsey scale. And you know, as Big Edie says, he always compliments me on the way I do my corn. Is that an exit?
That's great. And the way she does her corn is in bed with a sort of a portable stove. It's like how could you do corn worse or differently, really?
There's no art to corn.
No, she's not basted it in a chipotle. No. You know, it's gone in for 10 minutes and it's come out.
Bye.
See you, babes.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Classic. He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died.
No more hangers!
You thought you'd become a prostitute or a drug addict?
I used to love doggy chow. I used to love doggy chow too.